Today, I'm going to show you how to search for land on the Matanuska Borough website. When you get there, there's just a drop-down menu that tells you how to search for the land. So I'm going to just walk you through this. Please bear with me. I am more a realtor than a tech, and I'm trying to watch it on my phone instead of the screen. Are you kidding me? So then I'm going to select address. Then over here, I'm going to put in as little of the address as possible, so that I can just get to some choices. And I wanted to see this land. It's on 6601 Hollywood. So I'm going to look for that on these addresses here. 6601 Hollywood is the one that was for sale online. And of course, it's going to work out just like that because I'm doing a video. Do you see it? Hollywood, Hollywood, Hollywood. It's the bottom one. So I'm going to go down there and I'm going to click on that button. We can see who owns it right there. And we're going to click on that button. That's going to bring us to a screen like this. And the reason I'm using this one is because it is for sale on the MLS right now. So for us to do our research, we would come over here and do our research. It's going to tell us who owns the land. It's going to tell us about the appraised value last year for the property, and it's going to have a couple more buttons up here. It's going to be your legal and your tax and all that information. Today I'm going to introduce you to the interactive web. So we're going to click on that button right there. Okay, it brings us to a screen like this. It just says Matanuska Borough, and it takes a while and the screen will load. And now all of a sudden we're learning a lot more about that land. We know that it looks a little bit like a square, and we know what roads it's off of. And we're learning more about that lot as we speak. Well, that's good. Let's find out a little bit more about that property. So over here, there are some clicks to go through, and I don't know if the recording very nice there. Yep. And I'm going to click on the one that says layers. I'll show you what happens next. You can see my desk is a little cluttery. Then I'm going to scroll up and I'm going to pick 2019 imagery. Now it shows me the imagery from Google Earth for that time period. Look at that. That is a well-treated lot. That tells me that the soil is probably pretty great for growing on and putting a house on. Also, you can see there's homes around that area, and so that is a good sign too. So let me zoom out on the picture so I can get a better idea of the neighborhood, and I'm able to get a really good idea of the neighborhood. By doing that, I can see that Goose Bay Elementary is kind of across the street from this property as well. And it gives me an idea about this property. Now I'm going to want to know a little more about that property. So I'm going to zoom up on it again. I'm going to go over here to change my thing, and I'm going to change this to hillshade, and I'm going to take that one off. And then I can look at the hillshade of that property. As you can see, this property looks pretty level for building on, and it looks like a probably pretty great piece of property. Now let's go over here again. And we can mess with other things on here, like we could see contours. Don't know how to read this as well as others do, but it shows you the depth of the property in feet. From here's like 388, and this is 390, so that's not a big variance. And so that's another way to look at the land there too. So hopefully you find this very helpful while you're shopping for land. It is one of the resources I'll use to send you photos and information on property when you contact me. Another property that's for sale on the MLS or on their listing, they have posted this property. This is a picture taken from the Matanuska Borough website when they did the hillshade. Where it's pink up in here, that shows a flood zone. Look at this property. Is great though. It's by a creek or a lake, which is desirable for most people. And then it's got a lot of buildable ground on there that is not in the flood zone. So this is actually a property I'd seriously look at because it's probably going to be really great to live by the water. However, if you're going to build in the flood zone, you have to follow certain instructions to build in that flood zone and get permits and things like that. And your homeowner's insurance may be a little bit more expensive. So that's to think about. Okay, one more I wanted to show you. This one is for sale and this one's currently on the market. I wanted to show you this low shrubs here. So they're not actually trees, they're low shrubs. And then down here, there's nothing growing at all. And so that to me tells me there's a high water table in that area and that that land may not be favorable for building on. So you would want to check with construction person to make sure that that is a good lot for you to use for that purpose. This is quite a remote property, so there wasn't an address to look up when I went to the Matanuska Borough website. So I looked it up by its tax ID number, which is listed here, and it will also be listed on listings when you're looking at the property. If you have any trouble finding that, just let me know and I'll be happy to help you with that. Thank you for watching this video. If it was useful, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe for more videos because that helps me out too. I hope you have a great day and please don't hesitate to call if I can help you with any of your land searching.